I can read a statement from the E911 director when we come to that appointment.
Okay. Good evening. Tonight is Tuesday, January 27th at 6 p.m. I'm calling this meeting to order. Members of the public, I'm happy that you're all here tonight. Thank you all for coming. I'm always happy to see this room full as opposed to empty as it is most of the time. Councilors, thank you for being here. Staff, thank you for being here. Councilor Ortega, welcome to your first Village Council meeting. Thank you. I'm guessing that's Councilman Maramil coming in the door right now. Well, maybe not. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilman Rick Cunningham. Councilwoman Louise Geisel. Here. Councilman Jason Mendoza.
Here.
Councilman Darrell Ortega.
Present.
Mayor.
Next item is the Pledge of Allegiance. Council, after we do the pledge, I want to remain standing. I'd like to take a moment of silence for a lot of people have passed on in our area in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to ask Mr. Kelly Romano to lead us in the pledge tonight. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico and see a symbol of perfect friendship amongst united cultures.
All right, please remain standing. I just want to do a moment of silence. We've lost quite a few community members in the last month or so since our last meeting. Some of them were former councilmen, some of them were former employees, and some of them were relatives. So let's take a moment. All right. Councilors, you have the agenda before you. Do you have any changes to the agenda?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to add a executive session prior to the swearing in the appointment of at-will employees for discussion. I'm not aware of any of what these, it is my first meeting and you guys might have discussed this prior and I have not, so I want that opportunity to go to discuss that. If I may.
Well, councilors, are you amenable to that?
Motion to approve the agenda with the addition of executive session.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Gallegos, a second by Councilman Gonzalez. For the record, we're going to place the executive session as the new action item 8. And there will be as limited personnel matters. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Brennan.
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Gallegos.
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell Burkett.
Yes.
Next item is approval of the minutes. Regular council meeting, December 23rd, 2025. Councilors, you have the minutes before you. Got a chance to review them. Do you have any changes?
Mayor, I have no changes. I want to make a motion to approve the minutes. Good job.
I actually had one change.
Did you?
If you give me a second. So on line 55, the name should be Keaton Carvas.
Oh,
And you got it correct. On line 24, his name is spelled correct on line 24 as a other person in attendance. And
good job, Mayor.
see, I read my minutes.
Never said you didn't.
With that change, councilors, do you have any other changes, sir?
Make a motion to approve the minutes with these changes.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Gallegos, second by Councilman Gonzalez. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Brennan.
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Gallegos.
Yes.
Councilman Jason Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell Burkett.
I will abstain as I was not present at that meeting.
Next item is public comment. Is the policy of the governing body to accept public comment because your issue is not on the agenda. The governing body cannot respond immediately, but may direct staff to address issues at a future council meeting. Public comments are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. We have anyone for public comment? I have a couple. Go ahead.
So we can go first, so please.
Good evening,
State your name for the
Gabriel Arena.
record and state where you reside also.
I reside in Questa. I'm here on behalf of Chevron this evening, and I'd like to provide an update on a recent change at the mine site, if I may. As you might be aware, we're currently working on 2 of the rock piles at the mine site, the Capeline waste rock pile and the Goat Hill North waste rock pile. With Capeline, we're nearly complete with that work. I mean, the last sort of remaining scope is to finish the completion report and a few other reports that we're working on. With the Goat Hill North rock pile, we're probably around 25% of the way done with that rock pile. The contract that's been working on those rock piles up to this point is Granite Construction, Inc. And that is where the change is. Granite is not going to be continuing on the Goat Hill North scope. They will finish the remaining work on Coupling, but they will not continue with Goat Hill North. And I believe they are in the process of demobilizing their equipment at this time. We're going to be working diligently over the next several months to pick up that work scope. It's going to be a long process. The next step is going to be to assess where we're at, get a bid package together so that we can bid it out to other contractors. There'll be some time needed to evaluate the bids that we receive back from those contractors, to select the contractor. And then once that contractor is selected, there will in turn be some time required for them to mobilize to the site, to hire personnel to continue that work scope. So it's difficult to tell at this point. We're in the early stages, but I think the realistic or maybe conservative estimate would be maybe the fourth quarter of this year, 2026. We're going to endeavor to speed that up and get back to work as soon as possible. But right now we're projecting the fourth quarter or so. As we get more information, because again, we are in the very early stages of that change, I'd be happy to return and update you on that, but it'll likely be a few months before we have a clearer picture of what that might look like. So thank you for giving me the time tonight to update you on that situation.
Thank you, Mr. Herrera.
Yes, thank you for being here tonight and updating us. A lot of people in the community are asking questions about the timeline and such, so at least now we know how to answer. Thank you for being here tonight.
Anyone else for public comment? Can you state for the record your name and where you reside?
Yeah, so for the record, my name is Jessica Joseph. I think most of you know me. I do reside here in Questa, Taos County for 13 years. So thank you, council, for what you do. Welcome to our newest councilman, Darrell Ortega. Most of you know me because I've come to just one council meeting, but a couple of recent meetings around the proposed hydrogen plant. And when I first came to the council meeting, when it was on the agenda in the end of September, the one question I asked the council was, can you get us, please, a timeline for NEPA, the National Environmental Protection Agency guidelines for how you go through these kinds of projects. I was then transferred to Luis Reyes, because what's happening under the Trump administration is that the NEPA processes have been mostly rescinded, and so they're not functioning in their normal ways. What we would expect to be the normal way that the public could participate in these kinds of processes is not happening. So it took quite a long time, right up and through today's texts with Luis, actually, where I've been continuing to ask for a NEPA timeline. And he's saying, oh, well, they might do it, they might not. It could be an EIS, it could be an EA, it may not have to be because it's on a super fund. And I said, could you find out, So when I finally pressed him this weekend after the intensity, what he said was that, well, I needed to remind him. So I want to remind the council that, like, I'm asking you for that information, even if I'm speaking with him because you passed me to him. I'd like to hold the council responsible also for responding to what your constituents are asking for asking for a NEPA timeline. The issue with this is, in what happened is that thanks to like really good people in community coming and communicating together, the environmental assessment that I've been asking for a timeline for, that he said may or may not even happen, is right here. I don't know if everybody understands what that means. It means that I've been asking for the timeline for when this will happen since September. Meanwhile, it happened, no one told us. And the documents, you can print your own. I can tell you where to print your own because this was like a thing to print. I will give you a copy to the council. This is a document that goes along with it. By the way, this is produced by the United States Department of Agriculture. Okay, it is through the NEPA process, the USDA is required to do an environmental analysis to find out if this hydrogen plant would affect our soil, our wetlands, endangered species, like so on and so on. Now, while it's truncated and fast-tracked during Trump administration in the past year, the rural
Ms. Joseph,
utility,
your 3 minutes is up.
it was stamped, it was red stamped, what I just gave to you, and not only that, but also the plant in Taos and also the plant in Penasco, January 13th, 2026, green light, go. We have a problem on our hands.
Anyone else for public comment? Ms. Shannon, did anyone call in for public comment this week?
No, Mayor, no one called in.
I'll close public comment at 6:13. We'll move on to public hearing, discussion, consideration, decision, variance request for Elizabeth Romero, number 9, Gonzalez Road. Mr. LaForest.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor and council members. In your packet, you had a variance application for lot size requirement for Miss Elizabeth Romero. She has a half-acre property located at 9 Gonzalez Road. So at this time, I'd like to call Ms. Romero up to the podium and share with you her plans for the variance application, and then we'll stand for any questions.
Thank you, Council. My name is Elizabeth Romero, and I'm looking to add an addition to my home. And because it is under the half acre, this is my process. So that's about it.
Councilors, do you have any questions for Ms. Romero? For Mr. LaForest?
Mayor, Miss Elizabeth, Ms. Romero,
Yes.
so you want to add to your house, you want to put a shed on your house?
Well,
property?
it's going to be a shed, but it's attached to the house.
Okay. And that attachment will be located on the north side, I presume?
Yes.
Any other questions for Ms.
No
Romero?
questions, Mayor.
I'm going to open up public hearing for this variance at 6:13. We have varying times. Anyone want to comment on Ms. Romero's variance request?
Thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you very much.
I'll close public comment at 6:14.
Is that?
And Madam Clerk, call for a vote. What's that?
Mayor, she had to go and print something out, so I will take over.
Ms. Shannon, or can I entertain a motion to?
Motion to approve the variance for Elizabeth Romero on 9 Gonzalez Road.
I'll second, but I'd like to do some public comments and communication on that. For me.
So I have a motion by Councilwoman Gallegos, a second by Councilman Ortega. Open for discussion, Councilman Ortega.
My concern is, I know that there's an ordinance put in, I guess, by the council prior to my arrival here. I'm just thinking that we're superstepping our boundaries as a council. I think the village doesn't have an inspector, they don't have electrical inspector, mechanical inspector, building inspector. And I do see people in the community adding on and putting buildings anyway, so I don't understand where we should be stepping into what other people are doing on their properties. And if we're gonna do that, then we need to fully fund something to do all the inspections that are required. Other than that, I think we're just putting our people through a bunch of hoops for no reason at all. The county does that, the county takes care of it, the state takes care of it. I don't know why we, the village, are, superseding our boundary as a council. That's my concern, and I would like to see all the documentation on the voting and what standards we have that we set up, or not we, but the council set up prior to me at my arrival, so I can go over them to see exactly what we're doing and why we're doing it. I think it's just overburdensome on some of the property owners have to come in here and do this when they could be doing it through the county or whatever, last means or the authority to do it, because we don't have an inspector, correct, Mayor?
We don't have an inspector, but, so Councilman Ortega, there's two different, you're talking about two different things. We do have a zoning ordinance in place that was put into place in the 1970s. So it's very antiquated, so we're working on updating our zoning ordinance. We're gonna be seeing some of that in the future. It is our obligation as a village and as a council to, as of right now, approve these variances. And if it's zoned already for that reason, Mr. Laforêt can approve that zoning in the letter and it doesn't come before us. But since this doesn't meet our antiquated zoning, then we have to have residents come in for variances. So it's not, and I do agree with you. I would really like to bring our own planning zoning or our own inspection department in. It's just very costly, but there's a couple of options that we have been looking at, and we'll get you updated on that. We'll get you the zoning ordinance as well.
So my concern is, again, so the honest people who come forward and ask for permission, we basically hold them accountable. The people who don't come and ask the council, they're not held accountable in any way, because
That's not true.
how are they held accountable?
We have sent zoning letters saying that they are in violation of our zoning,
But
and
who implements a penalty or a fine to them?
that's all in our zoning ordinance.
But we don't have anybody, you said, to,
Well, no, we have a zoning official, which is Mr. Laforêt, that can implement that. We don't have penalties right now currently in our zoning, that's the issue, but we do have that obligation. The county is not going to determine. In fact, when people go for building permits, they ask that the county reverts them back to the village and asks them if they've passed our zoning, so the county's not familiar with our zoning. It's a zoning issue, not an inspection issue.
Mayor, if I may, sometimes a constituent might call the county direct and report construction next to their house. And there have been times when the county has reached out to me and asked if we've gone through any zoning with those constituents. And if we haven't, then they send out their code enforcer and he red tags or stops the project. If the project is already complete, then he makes them go through a permit after the fact. So it depends. I mean, sometimes I'll see some construction going on and I'll know that they haven't gone through the zoning process. So we'll initiate that call. Sometimes other people do, so it just depends.
Any other discussion, councilors?
no, Mayor.
No, Mayor.
Madam Clerk, will you please call roll?
Councilmember Anthony,
Yes.
Councilwoman Louise Reyes,
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell Ortega.
Yes.
Next item is discussion, consideration, decision, special exception for Eric Cisneros, 2480 Old Red River Road.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the council. Mr. Cisneros is requesting or has an application for special exception to construct an addition to his existing home. The reason for the exception is his home is zoned in the ARO zoning district, and construction of that type is allowed as long as the governing body approves a special exception. He already has an existing variance from the previous administration that is permanently attached to the property. So that's why he's not going through a variance and a special exception. He just needs the special exception. So I'll call Mr. Cisneros up to the podium and we'll stand for any questions if you have any.
So how's it going? Name's Eric Cisneros. We are trying to put an addition on our home, on our existing home. So I'm just asking approval from you guys to start and to start getting permits and go forward.
Councilors, do you have any questions for Mr. Cisneros?
I have no questions, Mayor.
Mayor, I'm gonna ask the same question I asked Ms. Elizabeth. Not to be nosy, but is it going on the north side or south side?
North side.
Okay, thank you.
To the front.
To the front. Councilors,
I'll make a motion to approve.
let me open public hearing real quick at 6:20. Do I have anyone here from the public to comment on Mr. Cisneros' application? I'll close the public hearing at 6:21. Now, councilors, do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Ortega, second by Councilwoman Gallegos. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Grant Avenue,
Yes.
Councilwoman Louise Reyes,
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell.
Yes.
Councilors, our next item is executive session, limited personnel matters.
Motion to go into executive session, Mayor.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Gallegos, second by Councilman Gonzalez. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Grant Avenue,
Yes.
Councilwoman Louise Reyes,
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell.
Yes.
We'll be back shortly.
You're off, Mayor.
This is, you guys community, so we're doing the rest of it's already been done. And so this is all so that they're looking at that much here. And, It's not. But the fact is, they're going to so they're saying that there's a ground. But the other is about the water rights. It's. I'm just wondering why. There's one of those documents that hydrogen plant and then there's also a policy reminding me of resident impact associated. January 13th, 2026, I contacted this man here. This man said that he would file a Conservation Act. So we filed the Information Act. Here's the file of the Information Act. Yeah, and you know what, to be honest, I think on the document that she has.
Councilors, can I entertain a motion to come out of executive session?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Gallego, second by Councilman Jaramillo. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilmember Antonio,
Yes.
Councilwoman Reyes,
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Councilman Delarose.
Yes.
Next item is discussion, consideration, decision, Village of Questa Administrator Karen Shannon. Ms. Shannon's my appointment for the administrative job. She's been in the position for a little bit over 3 years, so this is just a reappointment, council.
Mayor, are we gonna approve these one at a time or all together?
It's on the agenda one at a time. Let's just do one at a time.
Okay.
Motion to approve, Karen Quintana Shannon as Village Questa Administrator.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Gonzalez, second by Councilman Jaramillo. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilmember Antonio,
Yes.
Councilwoman Reyes,
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Councilman Delarose.
Yes.
Next item is discussion, consideration, decision, Village of Questa Finance Director Tiffany Segura. Ms. Segura, do you have anything to say?
No, but thank you so much for your request for appointment. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Tiffany Segura as the finance director.
Motion by Councilwoman Gallego, second by Councilman Jaramillo. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilmember Antonio,
Yes.
Councilwoman Reyes,
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Councilman Delarose.
Yes.
Next item is discussion, consideration, decision, Village of Questa Clerk Valerie V. Hill. Ms. V. Hill, do you have anything that you'd like to say?
I don't have anything to say, but I do want to thank you guys for
recommending for another reappointment. It's been a pleasure working for the village of Questa, and I hope I can continue to do so to the best of my ability.
Thank you. Motion to approve Ms. Valerie Vigil, Village of Questa Clerk.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Gonzalez, second by Councilman Jaramillo. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Antonio,
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Gallego,
Yes.
Councilman Jason Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell.
Yes.
Next is our new appointment. Discussion consideration, decision of Village of Questa Police Chief, Ezequiel Romero. Chief, do you have anything to say? I know you're a man of few words, but.
Thank you for the opportunity, the honor and glad to serve the community that I grew up in, and be able to have a chance to serve the community.
Welcome home.
Have a motion by Councilwoman Gallego, second by Councilman Jaramillo. I'll just have you all know I was proud to appoint Mr. Romero as our next police chief. It's good to have somebody local and back at the job, and somebody, I always say we have a lot of law enforcement officers that live in Questa within the area, and a lot of them work here, so I'm happy to have a chief that lives in the area. And not that I'm not my former chief either. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Antonio,
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Gallego,
Yes.
Councilman Jason Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to, next is oaths of office. I'd like to call up Judge Dugas from the town of Red River. Our judge was out of town tonight, so we asked him for his assistance in swearing in our newly appointed officials. I will say I haven't seen this many people in for an appointment since we took the oath of office about 4 years ago. So it's good to see you all here and happy to see you all tonight. The first is going to be Ms. Shannon. Here.
So this is for the oath of office for administrator. Please repeat after me. I, Karen Quintana Shannon,
I, Karen Quintana Shannon,
have been appointed to the office of administrator for the village of Questa
have been appointed to the office of administrator for the village of Questa
in the county of Taos, state of New Mexico.
in the county of Taos, state of New Mexico.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the state of New Mexico,
the Constitution and laws of the state of New Mexico,
and faithfully and impartially
and faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties of said office
discharge the duties of said office
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my ability, so help me God. Thank you.
Next, we have Finance Director Tiffany Segura.
Raise your right hand. The oath of office, finance director. I, Tiffany Segura,
I, Tiffany Segura,
I've been appointed to the office of Finance Director for the Village of Questa
I've been appointed to the office of Finance Director for the Village of Questa
in the County of Taos,
in the County of Taos,
State of New Mexico,
State of New Mexico.
do solemnly swear that I will support
Do solemnly swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the State of New Mexico,
the Constitution and laws of the State of New Mexico,
and faithfully and impartially
and faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties of said office
discharge the duties of said office
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Next, we have the oath for Clerk Valerie Vale.
The oath of office for the village clerk. I, Valerie Vigil,
I, Valerie Hill,
have been appointed to the office of village clerk
having been appointed to the office of village clerk
for the village of Questa
for the Village of Questa
in the county of Taos,
in the County of Taos,
State of New Mexico,
State of New Mexico,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the State of New Mexico,
the Constitution and laws of the State of New Mexico,
and faithfully and impartially
and faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties of said office
discharge the duties of said office
to the best of my ability, so help me God.
to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Next, Village of Questa Police Chief Ezequiel Romero.
The oath of office for Chief of Police. I, Ezekiel Romero, have been appointed to the office of Police Chief for the Village of Questa in the County of Taos, State of New Mexico, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and laws of the State of New Mexico, and faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Taking oaths never gets easier. I noticed a couple of you were able to read off your oath. Judge Rael has never allowed me to read my own oath. It's always repeat after him. Council, I would like to ask for a 5-minute recess to allow any family members a chance to take pictures or congratulate our newly appointed officials. Can I entertain a motion for a 5-minute?
Motion for a 5-minute break for pictures.
Motion by Councilman Gonzalez, second by Councilwoman Gallegos. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Brett Camille,
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Gallego,
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell.
Yes.
Thank you.
The judge is putting on his robes. He has to take pictures with him.
Where are you feeling this? Jason pinched
Hey, Dev. Hey, Dev. You guys stand there. You guys have this.
over here. Mom?
You're welcome. I appreciate it.
We can't see. We must have a counter where our computer went down.
Yeah.
I'm like, look over. This chair only goes so high. Either that or we got higher chairs.
All the way down.
Yes.
No, I. No, like I said, I mean, I was in my own room, my own, I like myself. I know, and I showered before I
All the way.
What's this picture for? Oh, okay, can I entertain a motion to come out of recess?
Motion to come out of recess.
Motion by Councilman Gonzalez, second by Councilwoman Gallegos. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Brett Cunningham,
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Reyes,
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell Ortega.
Yes.
Next, we have employee recognition user service. Ms. Shannon.
Mayor and council, this is something that we're gonna do every month. We are gonna recognize our staff for years of service for the month prior. So in December, we only had one employee that was hired that has been here more than a year or more. So I'd like to bring up our clerk, Ms. Valerie Vigil. Ms. Valerie has been here 4 years with the Village of Questa. She started in December 2021 as a library assistant. In April of 2022, she became the Chief Procurement Officer. And in June of 22, she became the village clerk. She's a UNM alumni with a degree in psychology with a minor in business management. She's the finance director for the Northern New Mexico Human Resources Association. She's a board member for the Vida del Norte Drug-Free Coalition. And recently, she was elected to the Questa Independent School District as a board member. She's currently going through the application process to receive her clerk certification. She's finished the training studies for her human resource certificate with Society for Human Resource Management, and the next step is to take her exam. She's a notary for the Village of Questa. She's also received her tribal local public body agency certification with the NMDOT. She's been a speaker at HR conferences and clerks conferences. And in the community, she's a volunteer. She teaches catechism, is a soccer coach, a basketball coach. She loves to sew, read, and watch her kids play sports. And so for 4 years of service, Ms. Valerie Vigil, never forget the difference you've made. Thank you.
Thank you for your service, Ms. Vigil.
Thank you.
Next item is discussion, consideration, decision, resolution 2026-01, our first resolution of the year. Mayor Pro Tem scheduled for 2026-2027.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. In your packets, I have included resolution number 2026-01. This is a resolution that we adopt annually, or in this case, for 2 years, to adopt the Village of Questa Mayor Pro Tem schedule for 2026-2027. I stand for any questions. It lays out which months you guys will be Mayor Pro Tem. Because we don't have an election for another 2 years, we went ahead and did it for 2026 and 2027. I stand for any questions.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Jaramillo, second by Councilman Gonzalez. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Brent Jaramillo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Gallegos.
Yes.
Councilman Jason Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell Ortega.
Yes.
Next is discussion, consideration, and decision for fiscal year 2026 quarter two local bar. Ms. Shannon.
Mayor and council, in December, we brought forth some budget adjustment requests. And after reconciling the December financial reports, we decided that we needed to put a few more budget adjustment requests in. The first one is the local budget adjustment, moving funds from one account to another within funds. Some of the highlights of that fund, of those funds, is in the library, moving money from repairs and maintenance, building and structure, to repairs and maintenance, grounds and roadways, and supplies for janitorial maintenance. So if you go through the budget adjustment, that request that's in your packet, it just follows down by each fund. One of the other ones for EMS is moving money from equipment and machinery to field supplies. The field supplies is the account where we buy all the supplies for the ambulance. So the tubes that they use, the bandages that they use, all of those types of things. And they did an inventory, and a lot of them had expired. You can only use medical equipment for so long. During their inspections, they check all of those things. And so they've had to get rid of those that were expired and buy new things. And so they spent a lot this year. We also have 2 ambulances that are fully stocked. And now we have our 3rd ambulance that was pushed in service at the beginning of the month that also needs to be stocked. So if one goes down, we already have an ambulance ready to go. We don't have to move supplies over from one to the other one. So that's a major one for them. In fire protection, we're moving money from equipment and machinery to supplies for vehicle fuel, for propane for the substation at the airport, and buildings and structures. When we did the renovation at the firehouse, we had to replace a lot of the lighting, and that was not part of the scope of work within the grant, and we had already expended the grant. So they had enough money in this fund to pay the $19,000 for that new lighting in the facility. In the fire protection recruitment fund, we're just moving money from full-time positions to employee benefits. And this is the last year of that grant. Couple of the other ones, in the water enterprise, we're moving money from full-time positions to part-time positions, $5,000 there. And then under ambulance enterprise, we're moving from health and medical premiums to maintenance and repairs contracts for other services, and then supplies for janitorial. I stand for any questions.
Mayor, thinking about those medical supplies, Ms. Shannon, that EMS may have thrown out or donated, I'm thinking of along the lines of like gauze and like bandages and stuff that maybe are expired. Can you tell me what items were expired? Because maybe a local, somebody that's advocate for animals may be able to use some of that stuff, like Sharon Borges there in Questa. So I'm just thinking about that. Maybe she could use some of that stuff. Maybe if they already throw them out, maybe next time we can think about donating some of that stuff. No, not medicines, obviously, but.
Right. I know that a lot of it was the medication, that they have to keep some of it stored in refrigeration, and a lot of it has to be locked up. So some of that was part of it, but I will make the recommendation to the chief. Thank you.
Mayor, make a motion to approve, the local bar.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Gallego, second by Councilman Gonzalez. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Fernandez.
Yes.
Councilman Lucero.
Yes.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell.
Yes.
Next item is discussion, consideration, decision, resolution 2026-02, fiscal year 2026, quarter two state bar. Ms. Shannon.
Mayor and council, we did make some adjustments With this state bar, it does increase our reserves, our required reserves by $2,608.33 in the general fund. So that's not too much that we had to increase there. I did include the adjustment recap from the DFA report that shows you that with these budget adjustment requests for local and DFA bars, every balance in each fund is either positive or zero at the end. We have no negatives after these budget adjustment requests. So some of the highlights on this one is now in January, we received a $5,000 donation to the fire department from one of our constituents. So I went ahead and put that in here since we already know that that was happening. We received interest income from the Questa Credit Union on our savings account, and I did adjust that up to accommodate for the second half of the year's interest that we hope to receive from there as well. I do have 2 temporary loans out of general fund, almost $80,000 total. One of them is going to the law enforcement recruitment fund for $4,911, and the state legislative appropriations projects for $75,000. The monies for the law enforcement protection fund weren't received until January, and we can't have a negative fund balance with DFA on the quarterly report. The other one is we have reimbursements out to the state, and we didn't receive them yet by the end of the fiscal of the quarter in December, so I had to do a temporary loan. We are going to be getting those monies back, so we will be moving money back, hopefully by the next quarter. And then we have in general administration, we have a $20,000 for contract other services. And that is for monies that we had to pay out to finish that road at the school from the back of by the football field to the well. We had to build up that road in agreement with, that we had with the school. So that's what the big one is. Was it a culvert there?
No.
I don't think there was a
If
culvert.
I could comment on that, Mayor. There couldn't be a culvert there because then all that runoff from the Martinez's farm would run into our second. So.
Will we just hold the water now?
It just holds the water.
I stand for any other questions.
Any questions for Ms. Shannon?
Motion to approve resolution 2026-02.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Jaramillo, second by Councilman Gonzalez. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Jaramillo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Reyes.
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Thank you.
Councilman Dylan.
Yes.
Next item is discussion, consideration, decision, village request on nominee for the Holy Cross Hospital Board of Trustees. Nominee for Holy Cross Hospital Board of Trustees Committee. Counselor, sounds good. That takes the burden off the rest of us. Usually it goes to the newest counselor.
You got other ones I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Counselors, are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine. Motion to accept this Councilwoman Luis Gallegos as Holy Cross Hospital Board of Trustees Committee.
I have a second.
I'll second.
Motion by Councilman Gonzalez, second by Councilman Ortega. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Jaramillo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Reyes.
Yes.
Councilman Jason.
Yes.
Councilman Dylan.
Yes.
We went from having 2 Gonzalez's to 2 Ortegas on this council. Next is discussion, consideration, decision, village request of nominees. 2 for the GPE E911 board, village request of police chief and village request of fire chief or appointee, Ms. Shannon.
Mayor and council, I received an email on January 16th from Roberto Zaragoza from Taos County E911 director. And he states in his email, in our previously held Taos County South Central Dispatch JPA Board Meeting. An agenda item was discussed in having each of the participating entities reestablish their voting member and alternate. Historically, we have had the police chief, the fire chief, or the EMS head of the department as those people. In the last time that we did this, Chief Montes was the first one, and the fire chief was the second. So my recommendation is to have it the same. Have our new police chief be the first person that would attend those meetings and vote on behalf of the village, and then Chief Bobbitt would be the alternate.
Mayor, make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Gallegos, a second by Councilman Gonzalez. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilmember Carmona,
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Gallego.
Yes.
Councilman Jason Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell Ortega.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next item is discussion, consideration, decision, village request a nominee to the NCRTD Blue Bus Board. Councilors, I know I was nominated to this board last year, but I never actually got notification of any meetings or anything. I know they're having them, but are any of you interested in being on the Blue Bus Board?
Mayor, I do sit on the, no, I sit on the
Landfill.
No, I sit on 2 transportation councils. And I think that this would probably be good to be involved with the Blue Bus as well. So I'll go ahead and volunteer for this one.
Make a motion to approve Councilor Gonzalez for the NCRTD Blue Bus Board.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Gallegos, second by Councilman Ortega. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Brent Jaramillo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Gallego.
Yes.
Councilman Jason Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Darrell Ortega.
Yes.
Next item is discussion, consideration, decision, village request nominees to the Taos Landford Field Board.
Mayor, I'd like to nominate myself for that.
Councilor Ortega is volunteering for that. Councilors, are you all okay with that?
Yes, Mayor.
That's fine with me.
Motion to approve, Councilor Darrell Ortega for the nominee for the House Landfill Board.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Gallegos, a second by Councilman Jaramillo. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Councilman Brent Jaramillo.
Yes.
Councilwoman Luis Gallego.
Yes.
Councilman Jason
Yes.
Gonzalez. Councilman Darrell Ortega.
Yes.
Next item is discussion, consideration, decision, purchase of 2 police units for the Village of Questa Police Department from Chalmers Ford.
Let me,
No questions.
yeah.
Separate questions.
So I would like to, I guess, postpone it to future meetings, because we do have a police chief now. I think it would be his opportunity to know what police vehicles he wants, instead of what we want to get him.
Right,
So,
that was actually, and I apologize, Ms. Shannon, that I should have called you over the weekend. My question would have been too is Chief Romero wanting these Fords, or he might, because I do believe like, Councilmember Ortega, that should be up to the chief if he wants to go Dodge, Ford, Chevy, and I don't know what Chief Romero's preference is.
truck, SUV.
I will defer to the chief.
I like the
Just not
cable
used. I will defer to the chief, right? And they're just, I think chief has had discussions with staff on this, but I will defer to you, chief, and I do agree it should be a chief's decision, not a council decision. The decision should come to the council once you've made your decision, but I think you have conferred with staff on this, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Exactly.
You have discussed this with the staff?
I talked to Travis just real shortly for a little bit, but I wouldn't want to expend the whole entire vehicle. Like I said, I don't know what's there and what's not there. I do know that one of my things is I want to have everybody carry the same caliber of sidearm.
Mhm.
And I need to make sure they have that set caliber just for legal liability issues, stuff like that. But I just don't want to spend the whole entire LEPF portion, and unless general fund wants to cover everything else, I don't know. I just, if I could have like a whole 3-4 days, be able to go through inventory, see what I have, see what's there. In the event I do need to purchase other items.
I'm amenable to that.
I'll make a motion to table till the next meeting.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Ortega, a second by Councilman Jaramillo. You beat you by half a second. Madam Clerk,
Wait,
please
who
call.
was the second? I'm sorry.
Councilman Jaramillo. And this is a motion to table.
Councilman Brent Haramian,
Yes.
Councilwoman Louise Gallegos,
Yes.
Councilman Jason Gonzalez, Councilman Darrell Ortega.
Yes. I'll second.
Next item is matters from the administrator, Ms. Shannon.
Mayor and council, welcome Mr. Darrell Ortega to the Village of Questa Council. The quarterly payroll reports are filed for fourth quarter 2025. W-2s and 1099s are being printed and will be distributed to staff this week, and they will also be submitted to the proper reporting agencies. The FY26 second quarter report will be filed with DFA by this Friday. The deadline is Saturday, and we decide we don't want to work the weekend, so we will put it up there by Friday. I needed to submit the 2 budget adjustment requests that you approved this evening ahead of the quarterly report so that they go in a sequence to DFA. On your desk is a list of future travel. If any of you would like to attend any of those listed in blue or any other conferences or meetings not listed, please let Mrs. Tiffany Segura know so she can make your arrangements. The ones listed there are the National League of Cities, the Municipal League, and the NALEO conferences. By the next council meeting, we will have a project and grant report update for you, and we will also have a financial report through the second quarter for your review. I will be out on vacation Friday, February 6th through Sunday, February 15th. I will only be out of state for 2 or 3 of those days. Otherwise, I'm available by phone if necessary, but I will be at the next council meeting on February 10th. I stand for any questions.
Any questions for Ms. Shannon?
Just a comment, enjoy your vacation.
Thank you, Counselor.
Yes, very well deserved. I'm sure we have an excellent staff over there that can cover for you, so thank you for all you do.
And it's not a payroll week, so we should be okay.
Any other questions for Ms. Shannon?
Thank you.
Next item is matters from council members.
I have several. Somebody wants to go before me.
We'll work from left to right.
So one thing, after going into motor vehicle and renewing my license, that vision machine they have is like, he plays with a cord and then it flashes and then it A, C, B, D. It looks like it's antiquated. I don't know if that's our responsibility to purchase or the state's responsibility or what we need to do to get that replaced.
Counselor, that is a responsibility of the state, but I will ask Ms. Sarah Trujillo, who's the head of that department, to request a replacement.
Okay. Then a second follow-up on the MVD. We are able now, he's insured or bonded to do grid inspections again. So we're back to doing grid inspections here with him.
Yes, we are.
All right, thank you. Next one is, I'd like to see a want list or a needs list from the water department. I know that other equipment and dump trucks are antiquated and leaking hydraulic fluid and you name it. And I'd like to see what they think they need in order, for a future list of us planning what they need to do their job easier, make their job better. So I'd like to see that, if I could. Next thing is, Mayor, I'd like to see the ordinance for the water usage, where we're selling water to construction companies all summer. We sold water to Wild Rivers, drinking water. That's, we talk about water meetings in here and how important water is. But we're selling thousands and thousands of gallons for a contract to make itself millions of dollars. And he's actually picking up the water almost for the price I pay for water that I live in the village limits. I think it's $10 for 1,000 gallons. That's cheap. I think we need to enforce that ordinance as well as maybe having our people turning the water on and off on that fire hydrant, so we get a reason every time they take a truck. Because right now the way it sits, there's something, an ordinance that says contractors can't close the water meters at a house for a leak. So we gotta call the village, have someone go shut the water, which makes sense. But I think it makes the same amount of sense for contractors that are taking water from them to be able to be held accountable for the water they actually take.
There's Ms. Shannon, in the past, it used to be, like an example, Councilor Ortega's giving, are you guys still giving out that meter that reads what they're using? Because they're supposed to put their adapter and put that meter at the hydrant.
Yes, counselors, that you are issued a meter, there's a meter read that was taken upon issuance. And recently, we have been asking those contractors to turn in their meter read weekly. They take a picture of it and send it to Ms. Lopez, and she bills them. So we're keeping track of that on a more regular basis than it was before.
So in the last instance, there was 2 meters out for the same company, correct?
That I'm not aware of, sir, but I could double check on it.
Yeah, it was.
I think Councilor Ortega, and not to your point a little bit, I think Ms. Shannon and council, I think we need to do a water rate studies. Not just water rate, utility rate study and see where we're at. And I think we can look at the ordinance again. I do agree those those contractors are getting that water very cheap. And even the people that are coming here and filling with the spigot up front, the water is a little bit, and that's something that Ms. Lopez, Amy has brought to my attention that we need to change that ordinance. So that's something that we can look at a future council meeting. I don't know if we can get somebody to come in here and do an actual rate study for us, but I can guarantee our rates are lower than anywhere in northern New Mexico at the very least, if not all of New Mexico. And I'm not here advocating for a rate increase on all of this. Stuff like this that people are getting water for too low, we need to address that and fix that. That's why people are buying water from us. It's cheaper to buy it from the spigot here or from a hydrant than it is to actually put in a well or do stuff like that. Sorry, Councilor. So we have a couple more things.
I do. So as far as the village corrals, I see that they're not being utilized anymore. And I understand there was some community members that were interested in bringing those back up to R and getting them fixed and renting them from the village. Is there any way we can reach out to those people and see if they're still interested? Because I think it's an asset to the community that's ranching and farming community to have those facilities back operable for the community.
And we do have a little bit of money for that actually in one of our accounts, so we had actually at one time gone out for a bid to do some welding there, and I don't know, nobody ever bid it or what, but we can follow up on that, Councilor. That's I agree on that.
And that's all I have for now.
Councilman Jaramillo, I'll go from left to right.
Just curious on what staff is thinking about as far as the road projects for local government road fund opportunities. So if anybody wants to.
Councilor Jaramillo, it's a discussion that I need to have with the mayor, but I was thinking that for the LGRF ask, we would do the old state road project here from 522 all the way down to where it touches again, 522 past the cemetery. And then for the map, ask, I was gonna do the, Old Red River Road, Llama Road.
That old Red River Road, Old Llama Road is in serious disrepair. That's gotta be on our list to ask for money to try and get that repaired.
So historically, from that, we only get, if we're lucky, around $200,000, which would not be enough to, I mean, really do anything other than plan and design and maybe a little bit of upgrades on Llama Road. I don't know if we're, another discussion that I need to ask or have with the mayor is about TPF. I know that our priority is to try and get Upper Embargo Road completely done.
Yes.
I'm afraid if we ask for several projects for TPF, that they might fund the lower project and not the higher project, so I'm afraid of that, but it's a discussion we need to have to address Councilman Jaramillo's question. I was thinking of Old Red River, Old State Road 3 here, and Llama Road for LGRF and that.
One of the reasons to bring it up, Mr. Lafrez, when I was in Santa Fe last week, I heard the DOT officials are saying that there's gonna be more money for the local government road fund this year than in past years. And some of them might almost be doubled up, so.
Right. I did reach out to a different engineering company, Stantec, who Karen and I made contact with at the infrastructure conference. And they are preparing the documents and information that I need to do those MAP and LGRF and TPF asks. And they fall in line with procurement and stuff like that, so we're not violating any procurement code. So I'm anxious to see what they provide.
So just for Councilman Ortega's knowledge, Councilor, we have Questa Road fully funded project. We expect that to get done in the spring. Lower Embargo Road from Highway 522 to the bridge is a fully funded project. We expect that to get done in the spring. We have partial funding for Upper Embargo Road. We want to get at least the worst part of that road done in the spring, but it's not going to cover. So right now it's about $1 million for 1 mile of road to pave. So we have about $500,000 for that road. We do have some major road needs, as Mr. Laforte stated, Old Highway 3 right here, so that's Old Llama Road, which isn't a very long road, but it does need, I have a lot of constituents on that road that are constantly reminding me that their road is bad. I know it's bad and we need to get it fixed. Anyway, took us a long time to get Questa Road funded and Lower Embargo, so we're gonna keep at it. Hopefully they do have more LGRF money.
Mayor, prior to ditch cleaning, which usually happens in April, correct? Councilwoman Gallegos. I'm gonna set up a meeting, community meeting with Tyler Zander so he can give us that Chinese extermination class. So just to get on everybody's radar that we're gonna be killing trees. I have a question about the statement you made or the answer you gave to Councilman Darrell Ortega at that meeting the other day, and it's regarding the solar project. In that statement, you said that because we have had on the ICIP for 3 years as being a priority, does that make it automatic that each council member has voted to be in approval of that?
We'll have to go back to the minutes and see how.
Well, not really about the minutes, it's just, I mean, the way you give the answer is like, because it's on the ICIP that we're automatically all in.
So the short answer is yes, you as a council, and I didn't have to make that vote, you as a council voted to approve that ICIP. Now, I don't remember how each of you voted. I don't know as a council.
I think we all voted yes, but, I just want clarification.
Yes, you as a council voted and approved that ICIP.
That's it, thank you.
Getting back to the MPD, we did get a message that the hours changed for Wednesday. Are we notifying the public of that? And, you know, I don't know if you already put out the water bills, if you put that on a statement, or how we are getting the word out to people.
I believe it's posted on the door at NBD. I will double check that tomorrow. We can also post it on our website. The bills were actually posted, printed today and are already in envelopes, most of them. So we'll be able to do that, but we will get it.
Which is fine, but yeah, put it on the website and maybe even put a flyer at the post office and the grocery store, because, not everybody comes to the MPD to know that there has been a change, so I just think getting information out to the public is very important. Thank you for that. That's all?
Sorry, Councilman Armijo, did you?
Yeah.
So I just have a couple of things. We have a legislative session going on right now. We have our legislative asks, so hopefully we'll get something out of the legislature on some of our asks besides the 30 million for the solar project. We'll find out about that pretty quick here. We did meet, myself and Ms. Shannon, last week with a company called, and then he came and presented to us at our, he came and spoke during public comment at our last meeting. Mr. Carvas, he wants to lease part of the business park for his business. It's Questa Adobe. I have met with other companies that might, and I will be having meetings with other companies that might be interested in leasing part of the Taos Bakes building. We call it the Taos Bakes building. It's not really the Taos Bakes building. We changed the name to the Questa Business Park building, but we're working on getting that to them. Councilors, I know we have to, by anti-donation, we have to charge for it, but by idea, we can look at some of those rent costs by the amount of jobs that they do bring. And to me, I think that's more important to us is bringing jobs to the community more so than us making rent off of building. That's just my personal view on it, and we have to charge for it, but would like to see jobs, and we do need to see job creation here. We just heard from Mr. Herrera that their contractor might be not being placed in the fourth quarter. We have a lot of people out of work right now. And we talk about the hydrogen project, and a lot of people that will hire. We talk about a housing project that's a lot of people that's going to hire in the interim. Our economy's down. Know a lot of people that were renting that they can't, they're lost their renters right now. I know a lot of the businesses is down, the restaurants and stuff in town. That brings down our GRT. I just ask that you all consider what's in the best interest of the village of Questa, the residents. We need housing. We need GRTs. Our kids cannot come back here right now. There's no jobs. We have contract work for the near future, but that's not gonna last. I don't have children per se, but I know my brother's son is probably gonna have to move away from here because there might not be a job for him in the future. So we really need to do what's in the best interest of our village and our constituents here. I just ask you to all consider that in the near future. We're gonna be talking about zoning in the near future and be doing some of that as well. So we need to get some of that done. So that way we don't have variance after variance popping up. That zoning was antiquated. It was built in the 1970s, that ordinance. So I did meet with Keaton last week, and he's interested. He's gonna do a presentation probably at our February 24th meeting. And I think that's it.
Mayor, can I just add one more comment?
Yes.
Ms. Administrator, will you please thank your department heads for the reports that were left on our desk tonight? I really do appreciate that. I'm looking forward to taking a look at all of them later this evening or tomorrow and see what's going on in our village.
And that,
thank them for their leadership as well.
Mayor and Council, we will be having a leadership team meeting next Tuesday at 4 o'clock where the different department heads come and meet with us here. I will give them the thank you for that. And we also are going to try and have those reports by the first meeting of each month in your packet so that you won't have them a third time.
Yes.
And I just, one last thing, and I see our firefighters here. If you all ever had a chance to go by the new this fire station that's just been remodeled, take a look at it. It's beautiful. We have another $1 million to put into that building, but it's looking really nice inside. You guys are doing a really good job. Just want to recognize you all for the work you're doing there and in the community.
Nice finally have a home where everything is there.
It must be nice. There's a lot of people hanging out there.
Hey, you know what, Counselor, and that's what we want to see out of our volunteers.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing we want to see. I even went there and checked it out the other day, and just moving forward. Everything's moving forward. So thank you all for all your hard work, and it's 7:31.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Chief.
Those are girls, man. Really are.
Just for the, how much experience in law enforcement you have?
Almost 11.
11 years? With, I know you were with Taos County, right?
Yes, Taos County at first, and then I went up to Red River for 3 years there. And then now, just went to Questa.
How long at the county?
So it was 8 years there and right at 2 and almost 3.
Eight years at the county, 3 years at the.
It's almost 3.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah, almost 3 years. We're right at 2.5 somewhere in there, a little bit over 2.5.
Do you have any idea what you want to do as police chief, or?
Like I said, I gotta hit the ground.
Do your best? All right, nice. He's a Killer Romero.
Yes.
Go by Killer.
Yes.
All right, and you're still on the school board, right?
Yes.
All right, nice. Well, welcome to board. Thank you. Dylan? Ooh. Nice meeting. That was good a little longer, but this was streamlined.
Contact this guy, so I contacted him, and he looked at that and he said, you have to file for information for that. So, local Erica's detail, so she went ahead and filed for us. So,
I see an interview you. I see an interview you. Introduce you to the community. Mind if I just ask you some questions?
We're gonna do it though, but I have some upcoming stuff I want you to be involved in, so.
Right, yeah.
Later down the road here in about a week or two, we'll be able to meet up and get a really good one for you.
May I just ask you, like, why you ran for council?
Sure, are you doing it now?
Yeah, I'm recording now.
Yeah, the reason I ran for city council is I want a community center for our community, for children, young kids, our elderly. I want a facility where our people can go actually walk around, this winter time, elderly people. If someone wants to have a baby shower, there's a facility. If someone wants to have a graduation party, we have a facility. Right now, Taos Bakes is vacant. So, in my head, I'm thinking that's a really good place to have a community center. That's one thing. The second thing is, we have a lot of elderly people in our community, and they're all on fixed incomes. Yet we're giving water away, $10 1,000 gallons. That's nearly
cheap, I almost pay more for that being a village resident.
You're talking about the water, the village water system.
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're taking water over to the Rio Grande, the wild rivers, and actually using it to compact the pavement for the road. So using our drinking water to compact roads, which is ridiculous. They should be getting water from elsewhere, especially at the price they're picking it up for. So that's another concern I have. But I'm here for the whole community. Anybody has any concerns or questions, feel free to reach out to me.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And then we think we'll get together before more details.
All right. Thank you.
And then it says, the weird thing is that